Anyway, start again. How's it going to tour then, Johnny? What's the yesterday, was it? Oxford?
Oxford last night. Yeah, I've just come back for one day, and I'm going to London tomorrow. Yeah, so I've done 3 nights: Shrewsbury on Wednesday, Worcester Thursday, Oxford last night, and yeah, it's been great. Yeah, it's an experience. I mean, I've played outside Liverpool or Merseyside a few times, but I've never done. I mean, I was in a band in the '80s, one of the bands in the '80s. We've done a couple of nights on the run, but like doing 10 nights over about 13 days is quite unique, for me.
Current album then. If you can't forgive, you can't love. I believe you've had some good news recently, haven't you, from our friends over in the continent?
Well, it's the first album I've released on a label, a Fretsaw label. Everything I've done previously has been self-financed. So this one, they've got like a distribution company that sort of put the albums into shops like HMV or Amazon or whatever. And the distributors sent them an email last week saying it's #1 on the iTunes singer-songwriter charts, which I couldn't believe. There must only be one album in the charts. But yeah, in France, yeah. So I've actually put that on my. I've got little flyers I've been taking on tour. Where I've had some great album reviews so far, and I've got some flyers made up, which I've actually put that on the bottom. #1 in France.
No, that's not really cool. Should we go back then to the 80s? How did you get started in the music industry then, Joe? Guitar, keyboard?
Right. I wouldn't say it's a long story, but we had a piano in the house. So my dad used to play the piano at home, and I sort of picked up a little bit. I mean, I've always loved music, so I picked up some chords on the piano, and then for some reason I ended up writing some songs, and I was quite amazed that I could do it. So, I'd done that for a few years, and then I decided I really wanted to sort of be in a band. So I had a thing called a Seal Orchestra. It was like a synthesizer, which I joined this band who were looking for a keyboard player, which just happened to be Pete Wiley's brother's band, Phil Wiley. So they'd only just come together very, not long, and I was like the last person in there. And, it was great. We went in a recording studio and recorded some of Phil's songs, and I sent them off to John Peel, and we got a session, and it was just sounded fantastic, So that was about 1981. But I still continued to write songs. But Phil, being such a good songwriter, he wanted to write the songs for his band, which is fair enough. That's what people do. So at one point, I thought, well, I wouldn't mind having a go. Having a band doing my songs. So I formed my own band called The Persuaders with a mate of mine called John Gillan. And we sort of co-wrote some. He had some, I had some. And then he left. And then I just, it was me just at the end. By 1989, we got signed up to Sting's management company. We nearly got signed up to a couple of record labels. We done radio sessions. But from 1981 to 1989, that's about 9 years. I just felt like I needed to come out of it, really. When the singer left in the 80s, in 1989, because I wasn't the singer, we had we had a couple of people singing in the band. Siobhan Mark Kennedy was one. I just decided to have a bit of a break. The break was till 2005. So what happened was a friend of mine. I worked in a tax office, so he wanted me to help him with his tax return. So I went down to his house, and he had this Pro Tools set up, a home studio, and it was just fantastic. So he said, if you get one, I'll give you a hand. I'll show you how to use it. So I bought one, and I started then recording things at home which was my first album called Intruders, but I got other people into singing. So that was like me producing it with him playing on it and helping me with, do it all, like, and then a mate of mine turned round and said, another mate of mine said, there's a songwriting challenge in Liverpool Acoustic. We've got this songwriting challenge where you actually go to the Vision, what's that the name of the place? There's a little art gallery that used to be in Matthew Street, where basically you look at a painting and you'd write a song about it, you submit it, and they'd be judged. They get judged, and if they liked it, you could be in the final. So I went there. I saw this painting which I thought reminded me of remember Harry Mooney?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of Uncle Harry, and I wrote the song basically just in my head on the way back to work. I sang it down the phone. I was going away on holiday in a few days' time after that, so I didn't have enough time to get anyone in to sing it for me or to record it. I just done it basically on the phone, and I sent the song to them, and then I completely forgot about it. And then I got this email saying, you're in the final and you've got to play it and sing it. So when I got there on the final, as I said to the audience, I said, I've never played live in about 25 years. And I was never the singer. And I was joint winner on the night of the audience, which enabled me to get a studio session to record that song. And when I recorded it with me singing and playing the piano, I was taken back that it didn't sound as bad as I thought it would. James Street Band. Yeah. I mean, that's another thing that came out of just wasn't planned. What happened was when I was joking winner of that competition, I met a guy called Dennis Parkinson and another guy who I met, who I knew, David Nixon. The three of us were just going to open mics and playing a couple of songs. And I said, do you fancy getting up and playing with me? To Dennis, and he got up and played a bit of guitar, like, because he was good playing leads and stuff like that. And then Dave got up and played harmonica, and then I added a bass player and drummer, and then someone, because I love Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, and I work in James Street, and also the corn market we go every month is in James Street. A mate of mine nicknamed us for the joke the James Street Band, and it kind of stuck, So yeah, it just, again, it wasn't planned. It wasn't, there was no sort of script of this is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to have a band. I'm going to do this, whatever. Things just fell into place without even planning.
Bruce Springsteen just then. A couple of other influences I've had a look from looking at your website and things. I think one guy, Townes Van Zandt, the American singer-songwriter. I'd never heard of him until yesterday, and I looked through his backlog of songs. He's actually brilliant.
Oh yeah,
weird sort of lifestyle, didn't he? He went through phases of alcoholism and drug abuse.
Yeah, he's had a troubled life. I came to him only in the last few years myself, to be honest. What happened was there's an organisation called the Americana UK organisation.
Americana.
Yeah. Well, I submitted a song to them. They have every January, every year, they have a conference where people play at, and they have a big show and all these awards. And they have all these conferences and seminars and stuff like that. And one of the seminars they had was feedback about your song. So I submitted a song, and I was fortunate enough to actually to be chosen to be one of the 10 people that played the song in front of Chris Difford, Beth Nielsen Chapman, Mary Gauthier, and Sam Baker. So I played my song, and I got really nice feedback, positive feedback. And Sam Baker said, you reminded me of Townes Van Zandt. So I thought, I'll have to look into that. I knew the name, but I didn't know anything about him. And I bought a box set of CDs, 4 CDs for about £15. And God, I was just blown away by it. So when I looked into him myself, he's been recorded by Willie Nelson's recorded, and Bob Dylan's, Nancy Griffiths, Emmylou Harris, and me. I recorded him as well. I put a singer on Kathleen.
Did he write that? I wasn't sure whether you'd written that or it's like a homage to him. But is that one of his?
No, that's one of his own songs.
Oh, okay.
It's I just love it. That's the first cover version I've recorded. What happened was I was doing some stuff with Amy Chalmers, who does a lot of my string arrangements, and I thought, because that's one that's got a lovely string part in it. I said to her, I want to do this song. Would you be able to play this? And she said, yeah, of course I can. So I just took advantage of her. Well, took advantage of her being available to do strings for me and to do, strings for that particular song as well.
It's plain to see the sun won't shine today. But I ain't in the mood for sunshine anyway. Maybe I'll go insane. Gotta stop the pain. Maybe I'll go down and see Kathleen.
I did mention on covers. The question I was going to ask was, you've answered the question. Have you ever thought of doing another cover of one of the classics? I know back the Persuader days, there was a cover of a Jackie Wilson song, Higher and Higher.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of someone?
Yeah. Do you know what? We recorded that in the Persuaders days. We had a couple of people who were interested in managing us, and I regret bitterly now not taking them up on it. And they paid for some studio time because they wanted us to record Breaking Down the Walls of Heartache, which is a Johnny James and the Vagabonds track. And because we were in there, I picked Higher and Higher, and Karen, who played saxophone, she picked up Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell song, If I Could Build My Whole World Around You. So we recorded 3 songs, and they sound great. I'm thinking of actually getting them out there, to be honest, because it feels like there's no Persuader stuff to play to people, But for me, I started playing covers myself. I've done a Jim Reeves one recently. Last night. I say recently. The last 3 nights I've been doing He'll Have to Go, and I've done a Beatles song. I made a Beatles song last night because I cocked up all the chords.
Songs, they're all about stories. They're all about life and experiences, but themes of love and loss and wanting and regret.
Yeah,
storied songs. Have you ever thought of putting them together in a musical?
I've written a musical.
What's happened with that? What?
I've got a musical I've written, but no one's. I've tried to sort of get it to people, but no one was interested. So it's called A New York Romance. Yeah. So it's on Spotify. Some of the tracks on Spotify.
I'll have a look.
A New York. But yeah. I mean, what happened was, as a songwriter, I in the 80s I wrote songs, but I didn't sing them. So I was writing for like a boy and a girl, and I'd say, okay, I want to. We were really good live. We had a horn section. There was like 11 of us, So I wrote specifically for live more than studio. That's why there's hardly any studio stuff. We were more of a live band than the studio stuff. So I'd say, okay, I'm going to write some like Motown-y stuff because we're going to play a lot of gigs and people like getting up and having a bit of a bop and stuff like that. But for me, I'm writing for myself now, so it's a different kind of songwriting. It's like, you have to sort of put yourself into a character and try and they're not about me. The songs I sing about these people, but I try and put myself in that person's shoes. So if I'm writing a song like, for argument's sake, the last Train from Baltimore, which is a recent track on my new album, about a train driver who can't sleep because he was on a train that kids got killed on. He drove the train that kids got killed on a train line. You know, it's not a song that I would have done with the Persuaders. You know, it's like, you know, it's not, people can't dance to that one. So yeah, it's just yeah, I just try and write to for me, really, you know, and I try and come up with ideas. It's not always easy. I do write a lot, but it's not always easy coming up with novel ideas.
Train songs, the image behind me, that's from the video Strangers on a Train. That's a cracking video, that, by the way. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that song is Alison Benson is an amazing singer songwriter herself, and she and I became friends over a few years, and I can't remember if she's, no, it must have been me. I think I said, do you fancy writing a song together? And she jumped at the chance, which was great, because she could have just said no. And that was the first song that we wrote together, Strangers on a Train. But we've written a song called My Foolish Girl, which we started recording with a band called Pillow Talk. But because of COVID and because I was doing an album, it's sort of half finished. So there's them two, and there's 4 other ones, which I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, but, you know, and we're going to meet up and write some more songs soon.
Well, John, you've had some brilliant reviews. I'm just having a look now, picking some up. One that jumped out at me was one from, where have I written it down? One from the Liverpool Sound and Vision. It says, ideas that bind together to form a vast interpretation, worthy of a novel by F. Scott Fitzgerald or a screenplay by Elia Kazan. And that's some review, that. You know,
yeah.
Writer of the great.
It cost me a fortune to get that one.
That is weird. The guy who directed On the Waterfront, that's some company. But there seem to be loads of reviews, excellent ones.
Yeah.
How do you go about writing a song, John? Probably everyone asks you this. Is it the lyrics that come first, or is it melodies you got like it? Or do they work together?
In the main, it's melodies, yeah. I mean, what I do is I do write a lot of words down. I've got like a notebook, a songwriting book, which I write. And if I'm reading books and I see something that I think, oh, that's really nice, I'll make a note of it, and then, you know, I'll try and maybe not use it, but kind of just, you know, sort of get something that's like it in my own words in there. But I generally just pick a guitar up and, you know, just busk any tune and then chew over what, you know, some words for a long, long time, you know, until I got like an idea of what I want to sing about. If I want to.
Sounds good. Did you fancy doing this song, Tilda? What I'm going to do is add a couple to this when I go through the edit.
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
Did you fancy having a go? Yeah.
Anyone in particular?
Maybe Hearts and Minds, or whichever you feel like. Is your throat, you're singing all night. Do you get sort of like a sore throat the next day?
I had a sore throat last night when I was singing. I'll have a go, yeah.
Nice one.
I've got my guitar here.
Brilliant.
I haven't got microphones or reverbs or nothing like that, so it might sound a bit flat. And also because I normally play this with Pippa, and she does the solo, so. But I'll do a version. She sits there waiting, wondering if this time he's gone too far. Makeup covers the bruises, bubs a cigarette from the singer at the bar. And if someone could just take the time, show compassion, however small, she will probably find herself and get a one-way ticket back to Santa Paul. Hearts and minds never align. fine emotionally, she'll know she'll never walk. Does he think it's fine then? Every time he says it, promises it no more. She sits and wonders where it all went wrong, being here before. One more coffee, but it's not the drink that keeps her up till 4. And if someone would just take her hand, give her love however small, she would probably find herself, pick herself up from that floor. Hearts and minds never align. The head tells, but the heart ignores. Whiskey is fine till it plays with his mind. Imagination begins to roam, and he knows that without her he'd never last today. He climbed the walls, and she knew he was trouble, but her heart had no say in that call. Hearts and minds never align. A head tells, but a heart ignores. Whiskey is fine till it plays with his mind. Imagination begins to roam.
Ready? Super. Ready?
It's plain to see the sun won't shine today. But I ain't in the mood for sunshine anyway. Maybe I'll go insane. Gotta stop the pain. Maybe I'll go down and see Kathleen. Swallow comes, tells me of her dreams. She says she'd like to know just what they mean. I feel like I could die as I watch her flying by. Ride the north wind down to see Kathleen. Feel like I could die as I watch her flying by. Ride the north wind down to see Kathleen. The stars hang high above the ocean's roar. The moon has come lead me to her door. There's crystal across the sand, the waves, they take my hand. Soon I'm gonna see my Kathleen. Soon I'm gonna see my